Welcome to Cherryblossom Yoga. I'm Robin Dinerman. This is a half-hour Hatha Yoga class for beginning and continuing students. I hope you'll join me. Whether you're seated on the couch or a chair, or you want to try some standing postures. 2 items I'd like to bring to your attention. A couple of classes ago, I talked about finding the right yoga mat. And I did order one from a well-known company with a good reputation. However, it's been so many years since I bought a yoga mat that the technology has changed. And I was very unhappy with the feel and touch and the thickness of the yoga mat. I donated it and pulled out one of my old yoga mats on which I'm standing, and it's just fine. I would recommend now, after my experience, that you go to an outlet store like Marshall's or TJ Maxx. Then you can actually touch and feel and squeeze the yoga mat, and it's a more true, authentic experience than it is from ordering it online. I hope that helps. I would also like to recommend a book I just came across that was published this year, 2024. It's called Empowered Aging, written by Ellen Saltonstall. And I've skimmed through the book for the most part. I think there's some excellent tips on posture and how to do poses safely. She's written 3 or 4 other books. And she's a senior as well. So Empowered Aging, naturally a book about yoga that adds the word aging I'm interested in. So maybe you'll take a look at that book. I'm going to include some of her comments and points today without drawing it out. So please join me. We're going to work on strengthening the hip and knee bones, as well as the pelvis. Now at the same time, we're toning the gluteus medius and minimus, the abductor muscles, toning the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the backs of the thighs, the muscles around the knees, which all leads to better stability of your spine and improves your posture and enhances your ability to balance and to breathe more deeply, which of course the breath is the very essence of yoga. So we're going to start in a very simplified Utkatasana, which is a chair pose. So I have my feet about hip distance apart. The knees are forward. I want to get my shoulders right up above the hips. So now I feel this in my calves, the muscles around the knees, and if I'm standing straight, shoulders above hips, I have to firm the buttocks a bit. And now I feel like I'm in the posture. Now, one time when I was in training, I had to hold this posture with my eyes closed for 5 minutes, which when I stopped, I was kind of shaky, but it was an interesting challenge. So beginning, and since we're just warming up, we're going to bend and straighten the knees. So you get a feel of not only how the knees and ankles feel, but how your weight is balanced over the soles of your feet. So scan your feet, look for balancing on the balls of your feet and on the heels of your feet. And what you're aiming for is to feel even distribution of your weight. So coming into chair pose, we typically do it with the arms alongside of the body, shoulders relaxed, neck is long. You're looking straight ahead. Now I'm going to bring my arms up and then turn the palms down. So this is typically what you see with Utkatasana. The arms are parallel to each other. The hands are shoulder height. You have the knee bend, and if you've been holding this for a while, you will begin to feel it in your hips and your knees, and I'm feeling it some in my calves. So straightening and lowering, bending and lowering. So now that you're setting a rhythm for this, let's bring the breath inhaling as you bend the knees, exhaling as you straighten. Easing into the posture and holding, easing out of the posture and lowering. You can try it with the hands up, so your head is right between the arms, arms straight up, and exhale. Thumbs alongside of you. Inhale up, knees bent, and holding. And another way you can do this is another version which benefits the whole body, stimulates the bones and the muscles. I'm going to bring my shoulders forward a bit, but I want to keep my back as straight as possible. I'm looking forward. I'm bringing my arms out into T position, like wings. Don't allow your head to come forward. Retract the jaw. Check your toes. I was gripping through my toes, so I need to shift my balance so the weight is equal, or so it feels, over the balls of my feet and the heels of my feet. Now scan your body, your back, your lower back, the hips. Notice which muscles you're using. Breathing deeply, exhaling completely. We're going to stand up, lower the arms, and move the feet around. And then come back into the chair pose. Feet hip distance apart. So I always look down when I start, or usually knees bent. So because I'm looking down, I need to straighten my back. Lift the back of the neck, look forward, and we're going to do an isometric exercise. So the palms are inward, right outside of the knees, never on top of the knees, but outside of the knees. So I've got to get my back straight again. And I'm going to press the knees outward and push the hands inward. And we're going to hold it for about a count of 10. So breathe in and out as you're counting. And release slowly, unfolding from the posture, standing really tall, feet pressing down, top of your head, reaching up, and we'll try that again. So remember, when you get to this point, you're going to look ahead, shoulders down, arms are long, and you hinge right at the hip hinge, and press in and push out. Now, if you want to hold your breath and then let it out for the count of 10, or count as you're breathing. Do what suits you. Breathe in and hold. Now, I feel an additional benefit, which is that I'm using the muscles in my forearm and my biceps as well. I think that's partly why it's an overall body, not routine, but movement or static posture to hold. And once again, We're here pressing legs out, pushing hands in, lengthen the neck, look ahead of you, and breathing or holding your breath. And slowly come up and out. Another movement that I like very much, and I've done it here a number of times, we're going to put the index fingers and the thumbs right at the hip hinge. Again, it's that chair posture with the shoulders forward and the shoulders down. And we're going to do a standing cat stretch. Breathe in, your belly rounds, and breathe out. Exhaling, tuck the chin in, tuck the tailbone under so your back is arched, and then inhale, lengthen the spine, and let the belly round. Exhaling and inhaling. And then another version. Again, the back is straight, so I'm looking down. Fingers are loosely interlaced. The wrists are placed lightly on my thighs. Now I'm going to lengthen the neck, pull the shoulders away from my ears. And then it's a straight leg, or almost straight leg. Keeping that back nice and long. And up and down. I know sometimes I'm distracted. I look at my feet and then I leave my head down, but try to look straight ahead without moving your head. And now that we've been warming up the backs of the legs and the lower back muscles, let's come down very slowly and easily into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. And I'm repositioning my feet a little. I want to bring my weight so the hip forward, so the hips are right above the heels. I can go forward and back. Actually, that's a good exercise to see how you put too much weight in the back or you put too much weight in the front. Then you're coming back to center. Then when you're in position, pull the belly in. And when you allow the torso to come forward, you'll feel an even nicer stretch in your hamstrings. And then let your head hang and your eyes look through between your legs. Now coming up, you want to come up very slowly. If you have any back issues such as osteopenia or osteoarthritis or osteoporosis, then you want to flatten the back and unhinge rather than uncurling upward. Coming to center, let's bring the hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in, exhale, dive down, and I'm moving into something different at this point. Hands above the head, arms alongside the ears, and a little bit of a sideways stretch, looking forward. Back to center, to the other side. And one more to each side. Back to center, hands to the heart. Hands behind you at the lower back, right at the lower back, with the backs of the hands back of the hand to the lower back, and it holds. The other hand, you're going to push gently from the buttocks. Lift the rib cage out of the waist, allow the shoulders to sink. Make sure you retract the jaw slightly and reach up from the crown of your head, lengthen through your body and legs, and press down as if you're pushing the earth away. Close your eyes, imagine that feeling. Then release the pressure in the arms. Bring the backs of the hands against each other and press. And rotate the arms back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And again, check that your head doesn't come forward. And backs of the hands, and open, and you can lift higher and higher. So we have some nice stretches along with the bone building for the legs. And release, let the hands float down, hands to the heart. We're going to take a short break and we'll return to Cherryblossom Yoga in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Kids are full of energy, but keeping them active in their teen years can be a challenge. Aim for an hour of physical activity every day. If they like sports, that's a great place to start. Keep the focus on fun, not winning, and encourage your child to do a variety of activities. If your child isn't meeting that 60-minute goal, gradually increase their activity in ways they enjoy. For more, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
Welcome back to Cherryblossom Yoga. We're on the floor now, and we're going to continue with a few more movements or postures that, again, are beneficial for the hips, the hip joints, the outside of your thighs to help strengthen them. And as I said earlier, it all works together to give you a stable foundation for standing, helps you with balance. Okay, we're going to start out just legs straight in front, crossing right foot over left, and then turning the feet way out, and then crossing left foot over right, back and forth. And maybe you'll feel that in your hip, maybe you won't. If you're already loose in that area, you might not feel it at all. And then bring the legs out into a wide V, and I use my hands to help separate them a little bit more. Then you have to sit up and turn the legs in and roll them out. So you're rolling in. I'm actually using my hands to help rotate the legs. And then we're going to come down onto our sides. And if you want to, you can open up your blanket, put another soft level down. And I'm going to come onto the mat on my right side, and I'm going to slide all the way down, wrap my arm around the head. Then I want to try to line up my torso with the edge of the mat, bringing my left foot directly on top of my right. So I think I'm pretty well lined up. I'm going to use this hand in front, resting on the fingertips. You can put the hand down, but remember to have a little cushion of air under your palm. And you're going to have the left toe to the right toe, left toe to the knee, turn the knee up, or turn the leg up, and slowly, slowly lower down to meet. And you will most likely feel it in these muscles. The thigh muscle, the side of the thigh, looking up to the ceiling. So I think I've done about 6. And then rest a moment. Then you can change the position of your hand or come up on your elbow or stay down where you were. But it's important to have the elbow pretty well lined up with your shoulder right underneath. So I'm going to bring the left leg forward with the toe down, and then lift it up and swing it way back, bringing the heel down. Here's 6. Now, at this point, you might be feeling it in your bicep. I understand. Okay, we're going to bring the knees in, walk your hands back, pause for a moment at center. And then come down on to the other side. And again. I like to wrap my arm around my head and then try to line up my torso with the front line of the mat. And then I want to get my head relaxed so I'm not straining my neck. So it's toe to knee open and close. And 6. Now I did them fairly briskly. You have more benefits resulting the slower you do it. But that's up to you. It's a little bit more fun to do it that way, a little faster. And then coming up if you like, so you've got the use of both hands, shoulder, left shoulder above the elbow, long line of the body, and bring the foot up as high as you can, big toe down, and swing the leg back. Heel and toe. 3. And you know, this one is really hard to do slowly. Because your leg is so heavy. And go forward, and back, legs together. And now let's do a little bit of relaxation, coming fully onto your back. And today I'm going to use the rolled blankets to support the curve. of my neck. Feet are hip distance apart. We're going into Shavasana, the corpse pose. Hands are a few inches away from the body, palms up. And at this point, you should feel equal sides of your lower back on the floor. Now, get your shoulder blades flat to the floor. We're going to inhale. The back arches. You're going to press the elbows down. Tuck the shoulder blades in toward the spine. Now you're flat on the shoulder blades. Your chest is lifted and open. You take 3 very, very deep breaths. Allow yourself to go into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. If you're able to stay here, please do for a while. I hope you're enjoying the sensation of letting go of tension, thoughts, of the mind, of the body. Otherwise, place your feet on the floor, press them down, roll onto your side, and roll up into a seated position. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're feeling wonderful, and I hope you can carry that feeling with you throughout your day, your week, and your life. Namaste.